name is Ramathmizpeh Warith Sr. I am a bus driver at RTA, currently a bus operator. I'm affiliated with Local 268, A.T.U Union.
Ramathmizpeh Warith is a member of ours for 8 years, and due to the members having been faced with COVID, we had already, before any mandated shutdowns or anything, the union went to RTA, GCRTA, and told them that we need to have a sit down and start preparing to protect our members.
In May, I felt a little funny, really didn't think none of it. I decided to take the 2 weeks off because I just wasn't feeling right. Came home to my wife. A day or two later, she said she wasn't feeling good. So then we decided to go to the doctor. At the time, she was 30 weeks pregnant, the weekend of Mother's Day. So we decided, okay, well, let's go get tested just to make sure we're okay. I am an essential worker. I was working about 50, 60 hours a week. And so I was a provider for my family. So I was constantly at work. And so with the whole COVID, the virus thing going on, so we decided, okay, let's go get tested.
Well, at first it wasn't easy in February until about a month later, we started negotiating and sitting down twice out of a week trying to go over to make sure we had the proper PPE, the protections, the barriers for our members, and trying to maintain that, you know, even though with the shutdown, stay at home mandates and everything, we tried to make sure our members stayed employed through it all so that no one got laid off, no one had to face unemployment. But we also but our priority was to make sure safety first. We couldn't do enough for safety because Ramathmizpeh and 33 other members caught COVID.
About an hour or two later, we found out we both were positive for COVID-19. So we found out we was positive. Again, this was like around the 8th, so this is Mother's Day weekend. Came home, still Mother's Day, so I'm still trying to celebrate. Wife still not feeling well. I wasn't doing that bad, but the health department, the state health department called us and said we couldn't go anywhere. So, you know, we were comfortable with that. I had already took the time off of work because I was already wasn't feeling good, and so they had advised me that if you're not feeling good, go ahead and take the 2 weeks they was giving out at that time for COVID or for suspicions of COVID. So I was already off of work, came home, barbecued that weekend, cooked some food for her, still wasn't eating, still didn't have no appetite. And so she was like, well, baby, I'm still not feeling good. She was saying that she had tightness in her chest, so she called the ambulance. So she rode in the ambulance.
And we care about our members. We care about each one of our members, making sure they get to go home safely. We continue to ask for barriers, and we have plexiglass barriers coming soon. We had to put up plastic barriers in the meantime to try to protect our members each and every day.
She got to the hospital, this was about May the 10th or 11th. She stayed there for like a day. They couldn't treat her because at the time she was 30 weeks pregnant, so her having the virus, they can't give her all the medicines to try to, you know, work this virus thing out of her. She says they gonna deliver the baby. And so, okay, I'm a little paranoid, but like I said, you know, we both believers, both Christians, and we had, you know, everybody praying, you know, people, you know, dropping stuff off, and so my intentions were still set at that, you know, we're going to get through this, we're going to make it through this, you know, we're going to be fine. She delivered Zephaniah on the 14th of May at about 12 o'clock. She went in for surgery. Zephaniah came through the surgery pretty good, and so, you know, we had a healthy baby. So I asked about my wife. They said, oh, she's still up under. So, you know, weeks started to pass, and the situation is not getting better. She hasn't came from under the anesthesia since she went in for surgery. Now, mind you, I still can't go to the hospital yet until after I've been quarantined. So I have to fully come out of the quarantine before I can even go see Zephaniah at all. So Zephaniah is in the hospital all by himself, just being cared for. The doctors and nurses. Her lungs was just surrounded by water, and so at this point they was like, well, we're going to put her on a machine that's going to act as her lungs and her heart. I'm calling daily to check on Sierra, calling daily to check on Zephaniah. Now I have been cleared. My 2 weeks is up. I can function. I can move around, and so now I'm going to see Zephaniah daily. Going to see him. I couldn't see my wife because, of course, she was in the COVID floor and she couldn't get no visitors. Zephaniah is improving. He's getting better. I'm going to see him all the time. I'm singing to him. I'm watching him take care of him. I done brushed his teeth one time. I done changed his diaper. He's gaining weight. Every day I go back, he's gaining weight. They was trying to wing him off the tube feed. Now he's off the tube feed. He's basically in the elements, and all this stuff is going on. And so Zephaniah is improving. So on one hand, life is all good and grand because Zephaniah is improving. Now on the other hand, life is terrible and a struggle because my wife is declining. And so my hope is that she's going to come home and things are going to be changed around the house, and she's going to get to see Zephaniah, she's going to see Junior, and we just going to walk down the yellow brick road as a happy family.
Here, but no one died. But yes, we did have. But Ramathmizpeh's wife passed away. That was a very sad occasion. From him having and catching it out there and worried about catching it out there, he brought it home to his wife, which was 23 years old, pregnant, and had the baby 30 weeks in her pregnancy that she had the baby. But it was a successful birth, but it wasn't successful in keeping her alive. And now he's faced with not only COVID every day, but now he's faced to being a single parent trying to raise 2 sons.
Went in there and saw her, heartbreaking. I held her hand, I played our wedding song, I prayed with her. I love my wife. I had a good wife, beautiful wife, young, vibrant, lovely, sweet, caring, all those things that you want in a wife, understanding, all those things that, if you had a checklist that you could write down, she was all those things. And so she was all those things to me. And so I wanted to be with my wife, and I wanted to experience the rest of my life with her and raising our children.
We need people to understand this is a serious disease. This is a seriousness that everyone is faced with, and to protect each and every one of us, we have to do what the scientists are saying. We have to do it to maintain.
This virus is real. Like a lot of people are saying, whether it's conspiracy or not, the virus is still real, and the virus is still, causing people to lose their life. And so, just been trying to adjust to the fact I lost the love of my life. I still have to go on. Still got 2 boys that's looking up for me to provide and be a good role model and example for them. And so I'm just trying to tell people, hey, go vote. I'd rather have loved and lost than not loved at all. And so at the end of the day, I can say that my children came from a home of love. They came from a marriage of love, and for that, I am ever grateful that the Lord would bless me in such a way, to give me, a woman, like that, and for her to leave the impression, the imprint on this earth that she had. I'm ever, thankful for that.